Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Preeti Datta. In this video, I'm going to talk about English fluency, how we can get this. But you know why it is so important to learn English? Because it is one of the most embarrassing moments to stand out the odd one in the crowd when you are unable to have a conversation in English, isn't it? It feels like experiencing a paradox at the moment, having every kind of luxury, but still unable to fulfill the one need that money cannot buy. Speaking English, it is like one of the parameters you have to fulfill. If you have to step into the real world and stand out someone who knows something better than you. Here are some hacks to improve it and stand out the aberrant. Are you guys ready? So let's get started. Number one step is to clear the basics. This is step number one. You have stepped into the zone where you are no more ordinary. For speaking English fluently, you must have three things properly: vocabulary, grammar, and proper use of phrases. Once you are clear with basics, you will be able to form easy sentences without any much of hassle for the language. Remember, knowing all the rules is helpful towards the next stage of development if you want to look peculiar. Okay? Rule number two is to talk to yourself. Increase your morale. Knowing English basics and all the rules and regulations won't make you outshine yourself in the crowd. For this, you would have to practice English. But initially, when we start learning something, we feel hesitate to talk to people or talk to our friends because we might have this fear that other person might judge me for my wrong English. So the easiest way is to talk to yourself. Vivekananda I have once said that if you would not talk to yourself, you would miss out the opportunity to talk to someone who is an extraordinary person. Who is that person? It's you. So be in the habit to talk to yourself at least once in a day. Okay? Rule number three is listening. The more you speak, the more you get a better hold on the language. But before start speaking, master listening. Speaking English fluently requires a good teacher too. We tend to do things taught to us by our elders, like you should cut off your nails every fifth day. We do this because our parents, someone elder has taught us. So if you listen to a native English speaker, it will help you a lot. If you listen to a native speaker regularly, you would understand the choice of words they make. You can listen to how he or she pronounces each word with a high emphasis tone and which he speaks in a low emphasis tone. You can also listen to the other things said by native speakers, like the choice of words he uses to deliver the speech, the kind of accent they use, the right pronunciation of the word. This would help you to deliver something in front of the third person without hesitation. Number four is use it. Best way to learn. Whatever you have learned, use it. The best way to speak English fluently and to learn it is by speaking it and using it in day to day life. When you are a person who learns English but speaks the native language on a day to day basis, it won't enhance your eloquence. You must speak English even though it is tough, but you should not stop having conversation in English though. For example, if you learn a new word in English known as chaos, which means confusion or lack in clarity of something, unless you use the word chaos in the day to day life in your conversation, you won't be able to remember it for a long time. Also, if you don't use English in day to day life, you will miss out the important part of it. If you don't speak, you won't make mistakes initially and eventually learn from them. So, if you want to learn something, you need to make mistakes also. Five is that too much grammar is not good. Yes, in the beginning, I told you that you need to learn a basic English grammar, but now I'm saying that you should not learn grammar. Why? Because you got to accept English is a weird language, okay? In spite of learning all the grammar, vocabulary, and phrases, still sometimes it is hard to handle the phenomenon which occurs as an exception in the language. For example, the plural of mouse is mice, and the plural of house is houses. We don't say mouses. So you cannot judge the language based on the rules and regulation it has provided you. You have to accept it the way it is. Another example is there is a sentence which is in simple present tense but talks about future, that the school reopens on Monday. Here, the tense of the sentence is present, but it is talking about the future event. So, you must accept that exceptions and move on rather, than moving on into the angima, like why this sentence is used in this way. Sometimes we don't have a logic to every question in English, so you have to accept that this is how English language is, and you need to accept it. Number six is make mistakes. It's alright. The fear of speaking wrong words and phrasing and pausing in between while speaking gives us the fear of speaking, and we lose our fluency even after learning so much. It's normal to make mistakes, as every one of us does it some at some of the other moment. This should not encourage us to step back and let not us speak, because not everyone judges. The fear is in our mind that I may make mistake and my friends and my colleagues might judge me. So you need to, forget about this fear and make mistakes if you want to learn something. So, these are the six steps that you should follow to learn any language. If you also agree with this, so do like and subscribe my channel, because these uh, rules and tips and tricks that I told you today are going to help you in further learnings.